January 22nd, Horst, Schulze.
With influence comes power. With power comes responsibility. Handle these with care. Pittsburgh's dilapidated Howard Johnson was on a death vigil. Its nightly occupancy rate was dismal. But Hyatt hired Horst Schulze to resuscitate the place, breathe some life into it, and make it profitable again. On a sticky Monday in June of 1976, Schulze arrived. To experience the hotel as paying customers did, he ignored the door marked private and strode towards the front entrance used by guests. "Hey," a uniformed doorman said, "come here." Schulze thought, how unprofessional, rude even. "You know what I do here?" His name tag read Jim. "You greet the guests," Schulze said. Jim shoved Schulze a roll of pennies. "I keep this here inside my hand. If I need to crack somebody in the face, I'll break their jaw." Schulze's mouth went dry. But Jim's uniform, supplied by the previous owner, had holes in it. If management treated Jim with such little respect, it made sense that Jim would treat others disrespectfully. "Look," Jim said, "if you play ball with us, you'll be okay." By us, Jim was referring to the union. Schulze replied, "Let's play ball together by doing a good job for the owners, the guests, and you, the employees." Schulze went into his office, and it wasn't long until he heard shouting coming from angry employees. "Where's that blank?" The vulgar name-calling was an emotional slap. His secretary rushed in afraid. "The union's here." 6 union leaders then marched in, 5 sat in chairs facing him, and the 6th gave Schulze his back. He spoke to his cronies. "Ask him if he ever saw a car blown up." Then the rude man faced Schulze. "I mean with someone in it." Schulze denied the gulp rising in his throat. After that, each day at 1 o'clock, Schulze heard profane name-calling. The union man started yelling before he reached Schulze's door. Once in the office, the man complained, nitpicked, and even threatened. Schulze clung to the belief in his own worth and the worth of others. He refused to be intimidated and fought for culture change. Winter descended. Relationship with the union seemed more balanced, and for a holiday gift, the hotel gave each employee a turkey. But union leaders called the gift bribery. Within minutes, they called a strike. Out in the snow in front of the hotel, the employees picketed. As they chanted into the frigid air, their breath puffed into white clouds. Scrawled signs read, "Unfair to labor." In response, Schulze gathered kitchen and restaurant supervisors and asked them to make hot cider and to collect sweet rolls and coffee. Then Schulze and his team rushed into the cold with the treats. Everyone's noses were red. Shortly after that, news crews arrived. Schulze handed a cup of steaming cider to one of his picketing employees. A confused TV reporter shoved a microphone into Schulze's face. "What are you doing?" Schulze responded, "These are still our employees. The fact that there's been a misunderstanding so that they're missing a little work has nothing to do with the fact that they're a vital part of this hotel, and I love them. It's cold out here. I just thought they should have something hot to drink and sweet to eat." From that day on, the union became more civil, and over time, the once faltering hotel became the place to stay in Pittsburgh. The mayor even honored it, and Schulze even gained Jim the doorman's respect. Schulze said, "Love your neighbor as yourself. I have a responsibility for those neighbors, to work for them and fight for them. The values of the Word of God do not change because it is work." For Schulze, each employee was a neighbor and a valued person that God had created. He said, "When we identify an operational function and then go looking for a warm body to fill that function, we are being short-sighted. We are treating people as just another category of things. This is not only bad practice, but even immoral. It ignores the God-given talent and worth of a human being. It depersonalizes them, reducing them to the level of office supplies." James 2:8 says, "It is good when you obey the royal law as found in the scriptures. Love your neighbor as yourself." Do you depersonalize others or treat them with dignity? With influence comes power. With power comes responsibility. Handle these with care.
Hey, my fellow believers. My name is Justin Brown, Lieutenant with Aurora Fire Rescue. And these are my two children, Zion and Selah.
Hi.
Hi.
We just finished listening to a story in the life of Horst Schulze. What we learned about Mr. Schulze was that he made it a point to live an authentic life on valuing others. He displayed daily God's golden rule to love your neighbor as yourself.
In our family, we're learning to live out this rule, and if we do so, we find that God blesses our home as things go much smoother. If not, we can tell, as our life is harder and the atmosphere in our home is not very inviting.
Our challenge today is for you to live out God's golden rule to love your neighbor as yourself and see how God blesses your obedience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.